folks. Welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rapisardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening. Dan, how are you?
Here we are again.
Do you love this weather?
Yeah. It was sweltering hot last weekend, right? And
yeah, we've got 100-degree weather-breaking weather, and it's like raining today.
I know. It's going to break out my parka.
It's terrible.
I know. I can't believe it. I put all my sweaters away and that kind of thing, and here we are breaking them back out again.
I know. This is not good for the golf game either, folks.
No. In fact, they have a tournament down where I play here. The poor greenskeeper Dave here, he must be at his wits, his mind must be shot. I mean, he was ready for this tournament. Everything's cropped nice, and they're building temporary bridges, and poor guy. I don't know. I feel sorry for him, but he'll come back, so he'll be fine.
Looks like a lot of stuff today, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if we can fit it in, right? But we'll try. We had some sea scallops here, some nice dry sea scallops. We were going to make a popular dish, the over angel hair. I was going to cook a chicken dish that was going to be garnished with some prosciutto and artichokes and that. And we were going to do the piece of boneless pork loin. We were going to roast that and make a little sauce with it, garnish it with a few cherry peppers.
Super. Well, you know, I have to ask you, though, before we get started, because, folks, I came into the kitchen and, you know, I feel like Macbeth, you know?
Right.
This huge cauldron over here.
Right, you're going in there if this thing doesn't work out all right.
This is awesome. We'll have to take a look at this later, but there's onions and celery and chicken stuff. What's going on?
Yeah, so we're going to make a little chicken stock here. We got a couple things going. Right, I know, we're not done. We're caught in the middle of it, right. We got the carrots. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're going to throw a few carrots in there, a few chicken backs and necks, and you make a nice little homemade stock, if you would, and we strain it, and some of the fats come to the top, and we skim that off, and you got a great base for your sauces in there.
Oh, see,
so,
and I just got off the phone with my mother before we got here, and she's making chicken soup. She didn't have to do that. All she had to do is come down to Dan.
Yeah, right. It does take some time for the old, but it is nice, especially if you had that larger couple of chickens and you just poach them in there. We're going to make a real strong chicken soup is all we were going to do, you know, when it really gets down to it, and just don't use the vegetables. We're just going to use the broth. We're just gearing up here a little bit, so time to light all the burners. Going to add a little pasta to one of the dishes. Oops, wrong one.
Try again.
Too lazy to do. Yoo-hoo, she-man. Yeah, we're going to add a little, we'll get this pork dish going right away. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do I'll use the larger pan for the scallops. So we're going to add a little oil in here. I've got an oven on. What I'm going to do is start this in the pan, sear it, brown it all up. We're going to season it and roast it in the oven. Then we'll slice it out a little bit and garnish it with a few cherry peppers and whatnot. I guess we'll just go with this for right now, right? And we'll back it up with the scallops and the chicken. We're just going to let that oil get hot.
Okay.
And that's all we're going to do after it gets piping hot. We're just going to sear it in there. I mean, it's tough to do at home if you're going to have some big honking pork loin. Sometimes you don't have enough thrust. I mean, these burners can really torque it up,
yeah,
you know.
they sure can.
You know,
wow.
You can't get that all the time, and it's a little sloppy at home, but I just love the crust it puts on the outside of the pork, especially, you know, as you'll see when it sticks to the pan a little bit, you get that good base flavor coming up into the sauce.
Now, we won't be applying anything to the pork, flour, anything like that?
No, we could, but I think we can get it done with just browning it by itself in the pan.
Okay.
We want to get it nice and hot. Nice and hot. Gonna add a couple ingredients to it. Got the pork right here. I was gonna add one mushroom as a garnish. I had some, I have hot cherry peppers in this case. I was going to add a few cherry peppers. I love the red and the green. And this time I was going to add a few pieces of sausage to it. We don't normally serve it this way, but a very good friend of mine, Mr. Dennis Williamson, this is one of his little favorites. He likes that sausage thrown in there a little bit.
An extra little
I don't blame him. I like it too. Yeah, a little something for Den. Right. He loves that. I'll just cut the pork into halves. So, there we go. That looks pretty hot, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it does.
All right, I'm going to season this after it comes out. It's got 4 sides to it. I've got a tad more oil than we need there. Just keep that on there so it doesn't splatter all over the place.
We can hear that just sizzle and sear.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I do too.
You know, you don't want to beat it up too bad, but you do want to brown it. You know, you don't want to incinerate it, but you want to brown it up a little bit there. So what have you guys been up to? Getting ready for the summer or what?
Oh, well, I wish we were getting ready for the summer. We've been
Right, we're in the
working a lot,
transition right now, right? Yeah, when you're working a lot, it's tough.
Yeah.
I played golf, Dan.
Oh yeah, we actually did get out, if you can believe
Yeah?
that.
Good for you.
First time all year, and after I played, probably the last time.
I tell you, I should follow you. I'm telling you, I'm getting worse as I get older, but it's a tough game, right? It's a tough game. Hard game, so you got to swing hard.
I gotta go out with Dan and get some Dan golf tips. Whoa!
Whoa. Let's cut that out a little bit there. Ooh, it wants to splatter. We're calling the fire department. Well, you see that's browned up pretty well there. Maybe I can take the edge off of the flame. That'd help matters a little bit.
Great.
I should probably put that oil that I took out, I should put back in again.
Oh, the aroma is just absolutely outrageous, though. That is really great.
I'm going to start a forest fire doing it. Unbelievable. Isn't that something? Yeah, we'll
Actually,
sear
it
that
smells like a grill.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
does.
it? It's
I know.
really
Has
great.
That little
Don't
lift
do
to
this
it.
at home, folks.
Don't do this at home. I watched Dan do it, and I tried it, and blame him.
That looks great. All right, that was the magic trick of the evening.
Right. Setting
Can we do that
your
again?
kitchen
Not
on
if we
fire
try.
by Dan. Right. Unbelievable. That was a little more flame than we intended. Greg will have the fire extinguisher out. So let's move this along here. Hotsy totsy. All right, we're going to toss these peppers and the sausage in. I par-cooked the sausage a little bit, so I'm merely going to sear it on the outside. Throw our mushrooms in there. It's a good dish, though. You know, when the sausage works well with the pork. Somebody might criticize me for the mushrooms. That's a little bit of a stretch, but it still works. Tastes very good. Gonna add a little wine vinegar and stock to the sauce. And I have my little cheaters sauce here, that veal reduction if I don't brown this up well enough. But the color of the sauce isn't where I want. I'm going to put a little bit of stuff in there. Make your color right. You never know. Yeah, I don't see it. It's browning a little bit. And I'll tell you, it's incredible with the pork how it really is amazing. One time it's just browning perfectly in the pan, and it all looks the same. But it just it doesn't happen sometimes. It's incredible. It just doesn't brown to the pan. Sometimes it's just perfect, and other times it's not. I don't know if it's a male-female thing or or what the heck the deal is, but there's got to be an explanation. I can't believe the chicken seems pretty consistent. So does the beef, but the pork, I mean it's incredible. Get our peppers going. Our sausages, it's all browning up nice in there.
At least we get to learn all these little tricks of the trade.
All right. Here it's pretty brown. We'll see how much of the cheater stock I need. But you see we've seared up these peppers and the sausage flavors being imparted there. We're not going to roast all of that. That's all ready to serve right now. So we're going to toss this excess oil out onto the pork. First thing I want to do, of course, is get the pork into the oven. I'm going to season it with some salt and some pepper. I could put a little garlic on there, but we're going to have that in the sauce.
Both sides.
So you see. There we go. Let's put that in the oven, and we'll come back to that in a few minutes. In fact, I'm going to crank that oven right up. Okay, now for our saucy. We're going to add a little garlic. In fact, we're putting garlic in all of our dishes today.
Great.
Everything's going to have a little garlic.
Love garlic.
Yeah. This is that pureed garlic once again that we like to, you know, it dissipates into the sauce pretty readily. Put a little vinegar in there. Let's see how dark it is.
Just a
I
little
don't know.
vinegar.
That could work.
Yeah.
That could work. I have a little chicken stock I'm putting into this pork dish, believe it or not. It works very well. A little pepper. A little salt. What do you think? I think I could just
Yeah, I think
darken
a little
this
bit, yeah.
a hair.
That little-
And it also is going to help with the
veal
consistency.
reduction.
Right.
That'll thicken it up
We
a little
made that,
bit.
I think, on the last show, right? Yeah, that darkened it up a little bit, and we're going to hold that till the pork comes out, and we're going to finish that. We're going to reduce that dish. So, what shall we do? We're going to move on to number 2. We got chicken. We've got scallops. Let's give the scallops a whirl, okay?
That's a good idea.
A little more oil in the pan. These are some of our old-time type of dishes here.
Now I have bay scallops, correct?
No, these are C's. They're
These
on
are
the
sea
smaller
scallops.
side. They have different sizes, you know. I don't like the really large ones because then I have to cut them down. And when I'm serving them with the pasta, I want to have it where you can pretty much put one scallop into your mouth without feeling like you need a chainsaw to cut it up, you know. Although those larger sea scallops are very attractive. But when we're serving them over pasta, I don't want to get that knife. And I like it when you can possibly just use a fork if you feel like it. But these are very dry sea scallops. They're not all packed in water. So this flour is going to adhere to them very nicely.
And now is it just, I know a lot of people ask, is it just the size or is there something else that's different between the bay and the sea scallops?
I'm not sure about the taste. I haven't had bay scallops in a long time. But I just prefer the seas. You know, I guess years ago I used to see that old place that had the salad bar or something. They had those bay scallops and they put them in a crock, a broiler and something, and they just ran them under there and had some garlic and onion butter or something with them.
Yep.
Scampi style or something, right?
Ooh, that looks nice.
I'm gonna rinse my hands off. Once again, we're just gonna try to brown these to the bottom of the pan to try to create a base for our sauce.
Okay.
Let me get a little something.
And now will this be a light sauce?
You know, that's usually on a seafood dish, you would see generally a lighter. I'll add some of that back if I need it.
Okay.
You generally see lighter sauces, but we do have a couple of dishes. This one being one of them. We add a little cream at the end. We brown them, and it's kind of a tan color. We brown our soft shells also when we do those. So we're looking for this flour to help it out a little bit in the bottom of the pan to brown it up. I think this is a great dish. I love the angel hair
Oh, I love
sea
the
scallops
pasta.
situation. That's
Yep.
just great. I like linguine and shrimp. We'll get that bad boy going. I wonder how that pork is. See if it's getting geared up a little bit.
The nice thing about this too is it's such a fast dish. I mean, it's a pretty dish, but and it's a tasty dish, but it's fast.
Yeah, they're all once you get them in a pan like this, they're just they're going to happen pretty rapidly unless you have some big unless we try to cook that pork in the pan. We probably end up drying it out and be on the burner for about an hour. You know, I feel like the heat for the larger things are a little more it happens a little more gently with the heat from the oven. But these scallops, they you know, with their density, they're light. You know, they're going to happen like you said. They're going to happen very quickly. Chicken, all that stuff. This is basically what we do. You know, you've seen we mix in those sandwiches and those little personal pizzas. That's where we've been going a little bit. But this is from whence we came. Sauteing. Yeah, baby. So the sauce is brown.
Yeah.
I better take this lid off. I don't want to. I don't want to cook out the everything too badly there.
Well, those are getting there.
Yeah, we're gonna brown them up real good. Look it up. I'm telling you, I'm proud of these potatoes. It's just been a good thing for us, you know. It's just, you know, you felt like something's possibly missing from your repertoire a little bit, you know?
You're always adding to the repertoire. I love
Yeah.
that. There's always something new going on in Dan's kitchen.
Right,
I love
right.
it. I get lots of good ideas. Of course, I can't reproduce some of them as well as you do at home, but
Right.
we try.
Right. Well, it's tough on the home equipment thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
sometimes you know your burners are not geared for it. Neither is your frame of mind when you come home from work.
I know.
I'm going to work these a little more on the first side. I'm going to brown them pretty well because you can see them sticking to the pan already.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to affect the flavor and the color of the dish. Like I said, I'm hoping this is going to end up being tan. I can't put my little cheater stock in there. You know, it's a veal reduction with the fish, and I don't like
No.
that. That's a no good.
That's no good.
Alrighty, you see these scallops have browned up pretty well here, folks.
Nice and golden.
Right,
Yeah.
you can see them in the pan. Hopefully they're not going to fall out into the oil here. Going to remove the oil. Again, I'm adding a little garlic to this dish. This is going to make a great sauce. This base is going to come up really nicely. Going to get a little garlic in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got some white wine here.
Ooh.
It's really going to help to deglaze the pan. That's a little more wine than I normally want. There we go. I'll take a little out. I'll take these scallops off the bottom. The flour, they stick a little bit, you know. There
Oh,
they
I
are.
can see, yeah, you're deglazing without
Okay,
even
right,
oh,
right.
wow, that's great.
With the wine like that, and the garlic, and the scallops. That's some good stuff there. I'm going to have a neutral in here. Oops. This is a fish stock that we make. Going to add a little of that, and I'm going to also dump a little bit of it all over the floor. I was going to add a tad of heavy cream. Like I said, I wanted to just cream it out and get that tan color to it. You know, it's not a cream sauce per se. People wonder, I describe it as a light cream sauce, and somebody looks at me like, how is that possible? You know, but it is. You know, you can see this isn't totally creamed out. The majority of this dish is the stock and the wine. And I guess we can start reducing it. As it's, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. That white pepper for white dishes, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to toss our angel hair in. I've already opened the package so I don't have to open it with my teeth on camera.
We like it when you do that.
Oh man, that's bad. I keep doing it though. What is wrong with me? I'm smart. I thought about that ahead of time this time. I'm going to finish it with a little bit of butter too, a little sweet butter to help bring it together. I don't want to tighten this up too much. We're messing around with the good old angel hair. And that angel hair is,
What a beautiful light caramel color that is.
isn't that nice?
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Got our plate ready here. I like to add a little Parmesan at the end here. Seems like it
Ooh,
gives it a
that's
nice
a
little
nice
kick.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to go to the bottom all the time though. Gonna add a little parsley in the bottom. Stir that in, and then I'll fleck a little bit on the top when we finish the dish. See how that's a little bit looser? I normally like to tighten dishes up a little more than that. I've got to allow for the angel hair though. This stuff between tightening your sauce a little too much and adding a little too much angel hair, and we're overcooking the angel hair. Forget about it. I'll turn the oven off of our pork.
So this dish is a little bit more precise than we thought.
I'm
initially,
telling you,
huh?
degree of
Yeah.
difficulty, 1.8 out of 2, okay? It is, I'll tell you. You know, that's a little underdone. You can see it's not bending, but we're not going to put it much past this, okay? Alrighty. Come on, angel hair. This is actual cooking time. You
about
know, we
another
haven't
minute.
fooled around with this at all. No camera
Right.
tricks from Uncle Greg. 2 seconds in and out. We don't want to overdo this. And that sauce will
No
be cooking
switching
this
to
dish.
commercial.
No switching to commercial back. And here we have it. I got to get my golf clubs back out again, huh?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We haven't seen them in the last couple of shows.
Right. I've had a couple people have asked me for it, but most of the people have said, Keep your golf clubs off the show. You see how that's starting to happen with the fork there?
Mm-hmm.
It's just still bending. It's not quite with it. It's just a hair under. Okay? If you're going to go angel hair, you definitely got to go light and imported on this stuff. But no offense to the pasta made in the good old US of A, but on the angel hair especially, the lighter stuff. That looks pretty good to me. Dump our water in there. Get rid of that. Shake the excess off. You can still see that's very light in color, right?
Yes.
Right, we can remove our little potsy wotsy. Let's see, should I give this the one shot dump it on camera here, or
Let's
what do you
try
think?
it.
Or
I'll keep my
should I
fingers crossed.
do the conservative thing and spoon it on? There we
There
go.
you go. Yes.
That's pretty good right
Yeah.
there. I'm going to get a little spatula, excuse me.
Oh, it looks great.
Put the excess of the sauce onto the dish. There we go. Place that over there. Maybe we can reposition a few scallops. I was off by a couple of micrometers. So we can get some balance on the dish, right? And I guess we could put a little parsley on the top of that, right?
Oh, that's good.
A little parsley on the top. And what about, we'll flex some of that onto the outer part of the plate. And maybe I have that little paprika combination here.
Paprika.
That red looks like we could use another color in there, right?
Sure.
So we'll zigzag some of this around with the parsley. And there we have our
Just enough.
Scallops Capri over angel hair, light cream sauce, browned scallops.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
Just
took this
took that
out.
out.
Yeah, just stopped sizzling for us, right? Boy, I'd say, see some of that base? That'd go great into our little stock over here. I'm going to put that in there, as a matter of fact. It's really going to happen nice. Nice and nice. So I guess we'll reduce our sauce now.
Oh, okay.
You know, get that going, and
Yep.
in the meantime, we'll presto. In the meantime, boy, I got to
It's
do some of the old
magic.
burners there. I'll tell you. I guess I should take out. Grab a spoon. I'll be right there. I want to take out some of the.
There we go.
I want to garnish the top of the dish
Whoop.
with. I want to garnish the top of the dish with the mushrooms and stuff. I wanted to finish it with this. So I'm just going to take these out. Actually, I'll wait till it comes to a boil first to make sure they're at the right temperature. I'm going to take them out, reduce the sauce,
Okay.
put the sauce over the pork, and maybe garnish the top of the pork with the peppers
see.
and that kind of thing. It shouldn't matter too much in this dish, but sometimes you get your garnishes and whatnot lost underneath the sauce if you're not careful.
Oh, okay.
It's an extra step, but that's what it takes. Yeah, these peppers are broken down a little bit. You can see they're a little softer.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still have a little crunch to them, but not like you're biting into something raw. We want everything to be cooked. We just got to get it up to a boil, and we'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, they look like they're coming to temperature. We'll take this stuff out. I'm going to have a little butter finish on the sauce.
Ooh.
I'll bring this over here. Our garnishes, and I guess we can start slicing our pork. How shall I do it? I should try to do it to the camera, except I'm lefty. There's one. It's not pink, but you know, it's on that pink side, which is what I like. I don't want it, purple or anything else like that, but
Well, you don't want it well done either.
alrighty, that sauce is just about finished.
Yep.
We cut our pork. I managed to shingle this in a way that I am minorly embarrassed over. They aren't the neatest cuts in the world.
It's not
So,
going to matter.
that
It's
won't
how
matter,
it
huh?
tastes that matters.
Yeah, it It's in the good zone. Alrighty, we're going to toss a little butter in to finish the dish.
And wow, that really
See how
is significant.
Seeing that, bringing that dish together, that
Oh,
butter?
yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to place that sauce, that
Ooh,
nice brown
beautiful.
sauce right on the top like that. Alright, we've got our little teeny garnishes hanging around over here. Maybe we'll flank it with a couple mushrooms. Maybe a couple of pieces of sausage down the center. My little Dennis sausages on here.
Dennis sausages.
Right.
Dennis, we're going to tell you whether we like it this way or not.
Right, you'll be having it very shortly. And that's it. That's at Loin of Pork Leonardo. Named after my father-in-law.
Okay, folks. Well, we're out of the kitchen into the dining room. We're laughing because I've already eaten a couple of these. So we're
Got to be
glad.
like 6 left on the plate. You'd be wondering what kind of, is that an hors d'oeuvre or what?
We're glad you joined us. I guess we better review this before I eat a
Right.
couple more.
I know.
They're
Then
so
quickly
heavy.
there, the Scallops Capri over the angel hair. Little light cream sauce, kind of a tan sauce on it. We did our roast loin of pork. Mushrooms, sausage, hot peppers with a little vinegar garlic sauce. And then my little veal reduction in there, and that's basically our show, right?
And I haven't gotten a chance to taste anything on there
Yeah,
yet.
when
but
the
it looks
camera goes off,
scrumptious.
the other-
Maybe we won't wait.
Work fight for that, right?
Anyway, folks, thanks for joining Dan and myself on Cooking with Dan Leslie. We'll see you again next week.